Okay, we're going to talk to Elizabeth and AJ Catone soon. I'm going to get them on the phone. And they have a very interesting story. I mean, these people are my heroes. AJ was a pilot, hasn't worked in 2 years. He has cancer, and Elizabeth, his wife, is helping with this, and it just ruined them, the cancer. Yeah. And oh, is this Elizabeth? Hold on, I'm gonna get you on. Can you hear me, Elizabeth?
Oh, just barely.
Do we hear? Okay, try. Are we now?
It's a little better.
Can you hear me now? Now, well, let me have Eric do something there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you hear me now? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Is AJ with you?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm here.
Hi, AJ.
Hey, it's good to hear from you.
Well, thank you, and thank you again for being on the show and sharing yourself again. I just think you guys are real heroes in America. Put up that next picture. Let's show them if we can.
Well, we think
21.
the same of you. We're very, very grateful.
Oh, well, that's nice to
seem like
say.
a
I'm just a
genuinely nice
huckster
guy.
here. I don't know. But you guys are really fighting monsters, you know? And what is, you know, what I feel is so nice and, you know, special is that you're sharing this effort with everybody else. You know, and for us to learn, because someday this may be happening to the rest of us. So Elizabeth or AJ, you know, give us what happened and how you got here.
Do you want to start, or you
Go
want
ahead,
me to
Elizabeth.
start? Well, 2 years ago, in summer of 2011, AJ started to not feel very well. He was saying he was tired and out of breath and lightheaded, and then to make a real long story just of that part of it short, I took him to the emergency room one night, and they said he had lost nearly half his blood.
He lost what?
Nearly half of his blood.
Half his blood. I'm losing you. You getting away from the phone?
No,
Okay.
no. And he was bleeding internally. He had a tumor in his stomach, which, you know, went through the lining of his stomach, and
Wow.
so he was bleeding internally and didn't know it. And so it just, you know, since then it's just been a series of doctor visits, hospital visits, surgeries. That tumor was removed in 2011. And then we were told everything was fine, and everything wasn't fine. And then in early 2012, we took the advice of another cancer patient, a carcinoid cancer patient, who said to visit some experts in New Orleans. They ordered some scans. We went down there. They told us that the scans showed the cancer had spread and was probably there before, during the first surgery, and it was in his liver.
So in all this time, Elizabeth or AJ, have you been able to work in these last 2 years at all?
No, I'm in aviation, so I was grounded the day I was diagnosed. You
Wow.
can't.
So 2 years,
some jobs you
and
can't
Elizabeth,
do when you have cancer.
you got a full-time job just taking care of him, right?
I did for a while, yeah. I work part-time, temporary assignments, so I don't have my own insurance benefits or any full-time employment.
But you guys had pretty good insurance coverage, and you're still stuck with a mountain of bills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of when you have a very rare disease. There's not as much research in the more traditional types of cancers, so there's not as many approved medications, so the insurance doesn't cover a lot of them.
Wow.
That's what you find out. So it was an eye-opener.
So when we talked earlier, you said that cancer has taken everything from us, and it looks like it's going to take your home, your job, and maybe even your life. I mean, that's incredible that we don't have more help in this country. You know.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you know, even though there's treatments out there that have been proven to work, because they haven't gone through the process to get approval to treat his particular cancer yet, they're not approved, so insurance won't pay, and it's an extraordinary amount of money. So they might as well say it's $1 million a day because there's no one who can afford it.
Well, it's funny that in the studio with me, we were just talking to Christine Williams, who just got a Fulbright. She's a recent graduate and going to Germany. And I said, will you immigrate to Germany? And she said, well, you consider it, particularly for a healthcare I wouldn't have to worry about.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
And that's what's amazing, is that we can't take care of people. But who thought of going on Give Forward? Now, GiveForward.com, you're on there and you're raising money. You're going to raise $45,000 because there's nowhere else to try to save your home or just living expenses or medical expenses, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, we're. How did we find out about it? I know we.
I don't even remember.
Well, you did.
It could have been.
But you guys have been living on the web for a long time since you had this, right?
I know. I was the one that went online, and I just put in a Bing search for fundraising, and Give Forward came up, and they seemed like a very well put together site. And a legitimate site and with good reviews, and it looked like one to give a shot, and we liked the testimonials, and I showed it to Elizabeth, and that's how it came to be.
Well, are you guys like internet gurus or techie people that know how to do all this stuff?
Not at all. But, pretty much it's pretty easy. I mean, if you know how to search online for something, and you can, that's pretty much all you need to know. And it's very easy to just, navigate on the web page and just click on various things to share it with other people, or make a donation, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that's what's great about it, is a novice can do it.
Oh, really? So anybody could do it? I mean, does it take like a couple days to figure this thing out, or how long
Not at all.
10 minutes.
I literally did it in 10 minutes.
10 minutes? So in 10 minutes, you go online and do this stuff, and you already have like $15,000 or something, right, towards your goal?
Yeah. It's been it's been a rough road. It's you really have to work hard to
sell
get
yourself.
The word. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
you
that's
really
why
do.
I hope we
sell
can
your
help
cause.
a little. Show that, Eric. Show. That first one, 20 again. Because now to find you on Give Forward, you go to giveforward.com and search under Elizabeth, right? You're there. Now, did you even know what this thing was before you got it?
No. And it was a series of it was a roller coaster, because in the beginning, when they took out his first tumor, we were told it was benign, and they tested it, and we were told it wasn't benign, but it was a slow growing type of cancer. And then, more time went by, and they did more tests, and then they said, no, it's not slow growing. So it went on, and we changed doctors and read more, and so it was just, it just kept snowballing. And every time we turned around, we were learning something else.
So you were saying earlier that you were able to learn more than a lot of your doctors who were treating you in one way or another, because you were using more resources than they were, it sounds like.
Yeah, the first doctor should have known right from the beginning.
Yeah.
And now once we educated ourselves and we went back and looked at those reports, the information was right there in front of us.
Wow.
Right there, we knew. Yeah. I should have been on chemo right away. There should have been a different process right away, and that's what happened. You learn. In fact, we just helped someone in our support group. Her name was Deborah, and she was about to go through the same thing as we did, and her surgeon was about to make the same mistakes our first surgeon did, and we helped her. She got a second opinion from New Orleans, NOLA, where we went down where the carcinoid experts are,
and her and her husband got in the car and drove down there and got their surgery done. So it's amazing. So we helped someone, and that's
Well, that's true. But I mean, to me, it's sort of like the internet and the information that's available that you can get better information than your doctor.
Yeah. And some encourage it. Some doctors love it.
Wow. See, I mean, I think that's another great thing you're doing, educating other people how important it is for them to get their own information, not and work with the professionals. And you just can't think that because people have a white coat, they know everything. None of us know everything, no matter what the heck we're wearing, even question mark suits. Yeah. And so that's what I think is great about what you guys are doing. Put up number 20 again, Eric. And so if anybody out there, help these guys, because to me what they're doing is educating America how to handle these kind of situations in life that are just are rare for a lot of us, but they may happen to the rest of us. And if we don't help each other out doing this, then what kind of society are we? We're all not in it for ourselves. We're all here together. And that's what AJ and Elizabeth are showing. They're educating the rest of us about how to be resilient in this country, because things will happen bad to all of us, and we have to help each other when things happen bad in life, because
and people will help. People, complete strangers, we were surprised. We thought it would just be friends and family, but it hasn't worked out that way.
That's cool.
People that barely know us have donated or have shown genuine concern. So if you look,
and the other thing that is important, and I've been trying to kind of use this as I don't know what other way to say it other than a marketing tool, is
platform
to get the message through to people, to think of it as a life-saving chain letter. If you're online and you see our site and you don't have a lot of money yourself, you can give $1 or $5 and share it with 10 or 20 of your friends.
Right.
And if they do the same thing, it makes a difference.
You bet. No, anything helps. And it's just, to me, and also it educates the people about what can happen in this country. So we make it better for the rest of the folks. And without knowing your story, we don't know the problem. And that's what's so great about you. Sharing it with the rest of us. I mean, that's why you guys deserve a hero award. So, okay, everybody go to giveforward.com and search for AJ or Elizabeth Catone, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys, and the best. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you
so
very
much.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Isn't that amazing? That's... Wow. I mean, when I talk to them, at first I get so sad because it hurts, your heart inside, and then, but I see what going on Give Forward. That's why when people who are devastated like that in their life, that really cancer wipes them out, but they still have that perseverance.
Yeah. So they raised $15,000 already?
All right.
Wow.
Exactly. I mean, there's nowhere else in the country you can do that. Where are you going to go? To church and ask them for that kind of, nobody's got that except the internet. That's what's neat.